Okay, our Dorman kit has arrived. 919170, about a 4.5-foot box. Looks a little worse for wear. Let's pop it open and see what's in there. Okay, this is a complete set of lines, including the rear brake hoses. And they're all individually wrapped up. Look like everything's intact here. And they're each marked with a little piece of tag, a little tag to show where they go. There's the left rear. And the right rear. And they look good. Now the two hoses are different lengths. I put the smaller one, 9.5 inches, on the left. Here we're looking at the right side hose, the replacement. You can see it's about the same length.
Also, the kit did not come with the washers, so I got to pick those up.
Okay, we're going to start at the rear, and I'm going to install the line, connect the line to the hose. I'm on the left side here, putting a little bit of never sees in there and just turning them in finger tight. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. And that center hose is going to be replaced before we even try to mount the lines. So we'll be getting at that shortly. And make sure the brackets fit right. Give them for a test ride. Okay, here we are with our hose. This did not come in the kit, this center hose. And we're going to replace it. So it needs to fit on the bracket. Remember that mounting bracket. That's keyed, the hose is keyed. But there's a little curved edge, and that goes toward the hose side. So when you get that all lined up, then you can put that little clamp on there and then hold it in place. It's really foolproof, no way to get these wrong.
So I just have some channel lock pliers that we'll seat this with. So we also have a new differential vent, 7300213.
The differential vent will go in this way. See that larger gap there? That's fitting toward the axle side.
Okay, so let's put our rear center hose bracket back in place. Okay, that's 15 millimeter. Okay, nice and tight.
Okay, let's take the old one out we were protecting it with. Put the new one down, wide gap down, new differential vent, lubed up.
15 millimeter fits on here as well. Snug that good. Okay, I noticed a little crack on the end of this breather hose, so I'm going to shorten this up slightly. Fit it back over there.
Okay, now we're going to dress the wire on here. Those 3 clips on there. Make sure you put the wiring harness back in there. There's 3 clips, and then a zip tie will go in there too. Okay, let's mount the left rear assembly in. And then remember that was a 10 millimeter bolt that mounts the bracket. That bracket that holds the junction between the line and the hose. So turn that in loosely, and then when you've got that in, you can go ahead and put it into the junction with the center hose, and two new copper washers on the banjo nut. So we'll turn that 14 millimeter bolt in by hand. Everything loose for now. Okay, let's go move over to the other side now and thread that rather bendy, complicated piece over the differential. And you'll notice on this end I have a little baggie on there. That'll keep dirt and debris out of the end of that flare line. You don't want that in there. So again on this end, same thing. 10 millimeter bracket bolt, loosely turned in, and then the 14 millimeter banjo. Now over here on the other end, I struggled a little bit. I had to loosen that differential vent bolt again. But we then turned it in, and the rear is roughly in there.
Doesn't want to go, just kind of rock it back and forth, snaps into place. And one more spot here on the transaxle, or on the rear axle. Just put that into place and then press it down. I'll just tap that with a hammer when I can find one.
The next piece that I'm going to install, going back from the that center hose, for shipping purposes they bend it, and there's a couple pieces of tape on there. You can see the 2 white pieces of tape. It needs to be straight in between there, using a tubing bender, a hand tubing bender, and just gradually and carefully working it straight. A little of this and a little of that. The tubing bender, this is pretty stiff stuff, so this tubing bender is a little undermanned. as far as getting this job done. And I continue to just work it. There, it's getting straighter and straighter. I'm doing this in my basement since it's kind of cold out right now. And then finally just using my thumbs, just kind of using my thumbs as a fulcrum and pulling it back. Gets that last kink out of it. And you can see how long that piece is. And one that goes in between the piece that goes up to the proportional controller and the one that goes from the back to that center hose. And the final piece, the one that goes up from this last one I just straightened up to the proportional controller. I get quick at this. I got really improved my speed so that I got it straightened out really quickly. And there it is. So here's the part that goes to the proportional controller, and then working your way back, here's the union between the two. And the one that I'm holding there is a flare nut that fits into that, well, the nut on the other side. And then it goes back to the hose. This end fits on that center hose.
Now I would take care to protect these ones that you're going to be dragging around underneath the car, underneath the truck. And what I've got here is just some of the wrap that it came with and a little wire tie. Something I can easily put on, easily take off, and is going to keep grime, rust, sand, anything else that might get on the threads. Be great to have a little nut to spin on there. I don't happen to have that. So I'll protect all four ends before I get at this. Okay, so we have our line staged. There it is. Get it off to a good start. Make sure you're going from the right end. That would suck if you had it the wrong way. And start feeding it through. And recognize, this is not probably going to be a frustration-less operation. Nor is this a place where it's ideal for a camera. Okay, just want to point out as you route this line that it goes behind the gas lines. It's going to want to go in front of them. And if you do it that way, it's not going to seat in these holders here. It's not going to be right at all. So watch that as you put it through. Looking good. Take a look at it all the way back to where it can meet up. Then up here, it's ready to go into the hose. Okay, so here's the final piece that comes from the proportional controller, and it goes down like this. Make sure you have the right end selected, of course. And we're going to pick it up down here underneath the driver's side wheel well. Okay, now there is this panel fastener. Just got to go by that. Going in the right direction. Okay, so there it is, coming through this little opening here. So we're going to have to coax it some more. It's coming the right way, but there's a bend in it that's going to make it a little hard to get through there. Here we are in the wheel well again. Trying to get it through this tight spot. So this one has proven to be the more difficult one to pull through. So the channel's small, but you just got to keep working it. check the other end again. So here we are up on the other end, kind of beginning to approach our finished position here, final position. It's gonna kind of keep working it. This one's tough. It wants to get itself stuck. We're almost there. Let's go see what's holding us on the other end again. Caught up against that, so that should be the final stop. Comes through right like that, yeah. Okay, now this actually belongs up here. Goes across to the other side there. Okay, let's tie this into the proportional controller. Okay, so just tighten these, as far as you can by hand for now, so you have some room. Because remember, you have to fit these into all these holders. There's one down here, and if you tighten this up all the way, you're going to completely lose all flexibility. And there's one down in there further. And okay, I softened this up with a blow dryer. Then you can just get in there and push it down. Okay, there's one underneath this wire holder here. The line goes to. Snap that one into place. Good enough just to loosely do it for now. We'll wrap it up later. Okay, let's tighten everything up now that we have the whole thing installed. 11mm flare nut here. 15mm on this breather. It's going to be 15mm over here on the banjo nut and 10mm on this bracket. So let's tighten it up all the way around. And these are going to 21 to 26 foot-pounds on the banjo nut. Okay, so you can snap these lines back into the holders. There's that last one right there. This one. Okay, so there's that one in place. And there's another one. You can see it right up in there. Just that black style one. So we'll snap that one into place. Okay, so on this nut, this union right here, I've got a 15mm on the nut and the other end coming in 1/2 inch. Tighten that up nice and snug. Okay, so I have 1/2 inch flare nut wrench on this one, nice and snug on the controller here. And then there's just a couple more guides that need to be snapped into, the line needs to be snapped into further downstream. Okay, so here we are at the tail end. It's got the one connector up here to snap in, and that one over there going up toward the proportional controller end. So there's kind of a close-up view of one of these holders, and you have to snap that cover back, that top back. It'll snap into place and secure it. These are important. They keep the lines from abrading, from rubbing against metal and wearing out. Okay, we're all done with the rear on this. I'm just going to bleed it. All 4 wheels. Left rear, right front, left front, in that order. And we'll press it back into service. I'm not doing the front at this time, because the back is basically in good shape, but we'll do them somewhere down the road, maybe make a video. Thanks for watching.